video breaking cryptid news. I originally had a completely different video planned for today, but while reading over the news, I saw something that is huge if true. And no, it isn't Cthulhu now having a home on Pluto. Now, normally I won't cover well-known cryptids due to most people already knowing a lot about them, but when I saw the article about the Loch Ness Monster, I knew I had to make a video of it. It also worked out since I procrastinated a little bit too much this week and had fallen a bit behind. For the sake of posterity, it came out yesterday that a man by the name of Steve Feldham stated that after searching for Nessie for 24 years, he believes that the creature is actually a catfish. While this is making headlines, I am a bit skeptical about this claim. It should be stated that while I do believe some cryptids exist, when it came to Nessie, I was more in the camp of, I don't know if it's real, but I think it would be neat if it was. With that said, does it mean I agree with all these sightings are the result of large catfish? No. Let's take a step back and examine what is known about the creature. It gets its name from the body of water it is said to inhabit in Scotland called Loch Ness. Nessie is believed to be a living dinosaur known as a plesiosaur, which the species is thought to have gone extinct 65 million years ago during the Cretaceous period. The first reports of the creature in the loch came from St. Columba in the year 565. In this story, the saint actually saved a stranded swimmer from becoming a Nessie meal. Further reports were written, but it wasn't until 1933, when a road was built close to the loch, that sightings became more prevalent. Of course, during this time, the famous surgeon's photograph was released, but it was later claimed to be a hoax by one of the photographers while he was on his deathbed. Many believe that Nessie actually utilizes the loch to breed, but then travels in underwater caves to go back out to sea to live. This theory explains why sightings are rare and normally only one is seen instead of two or more. Now let's jump back to Mr. Feldham and his story. Early in his life, Steve became infatuated with proving the existence of Nessie. So much so that he left his job, house, and girlfriend to devote his life to watching the waters of the loch. He has made himself almost as famous and as big of a tourist exhibit as Nessie itself. A few years back, he was even added to the Guinness Book of World Records for longest continuous vigil for the Loch Ness Monster. He would support himself financially by selling statues he created depicting Nessie in a comical way. Now you may ask, why would I dispute this man's claims if I stated earlier that I don't believe 100% or even 60% for that matter of its existence? The answer is that I want the truth, and something about this story seems off. First, he makes his living off of this legend, both with fame and his wares. It doesn't make sense why he would give up his income even if he felt the creature wasn't real. Second, it seems odd that a year after the custodian for Nessie watching came out and said Nessie might be dead, that now suddenly Mr. Feldham has to add his input. It almost feels like an ego trip to me where he wants to be the guy who has the authority over Nessie's existence. Lastly, Nessie isn't the only one. There are at least 4 different locations in the United States alone. There is Champ from Lake Champlain, Ogopogo from Ogonog Lake, Manipogo from Lake Manitoba, and even the Flathead Lake Monster. All these sightings report similar details to Nessie, and I doubt all of them are catfish. Again, while my verdict is out at the moment, I can't see the similarity between what images we have of Nessie and that of the Wells catfish that Mr. Feldham is claiming it to be. My final thought is that I hate to be critical of the guy, since much of what I believe can be criticized, but I just have this feeling deep down that this is some kind of publicity stunt, and a year from now, Steve will be back in the news with a groundbreaking photo of Nessie, bringing him into the media spotlight again. With that said, be safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.